Welcome, my beautiful collective. Hi, I'm Lotus the Sage. I'm grateful that you're here. Today we are looking at messages from an important ancestor. And I'm looking at, ancestor as a universal oneness, that we're all family, so it doesn't matter culturally or belief-wise where these, I'm using the Goddesses and Sirens deck, where these particular deities or goddesses may come from. Again, if it's cultic or Egyptian, you get me, even though you may not affiliate yourself with those areas or religious beliefs or cultural beliefs or spiritual beliefs for that matter, we're looking at it as one family. So just keep that in mind. We'll also be looking at what the actual message is, like what they want to talk about. We'll find out what's been going on. We'll figure out how they want you to go about it moving forward, and then some guidance for you, of course, as per usual. So today we have 3 piles as usual. You have 3 rings to choose from. Your first ring is Amazonite. Second ring is Raw Emerald. And third ring is Aquamarine. We'll be using one tarot deck, live shuffling again, or as best as I can anyhow. And it is the Tarot of the Sevenfold Mysteries, one of my favorite decks. And yes, hopefully you'll enjoy these messages, and they will be very helpful, clear and concise, and give you exactly what you need. I'm sending you so much love. I'll see you at your choice. Ciao. Welcome, my pal one, who chose the Amazonite. I'm gonna put you on this finger here. Actually, I want you on this hand. Okay, my loves, let's find out for you which ancestor has a message for you, or which one is here for you first. Let's just figure that out. So we have Gaia, creation. And Kitesh, she's been coming up a lot recently. Pleasure. So some of you guys might be from that same pile that had Kitesh in that reading I did a couple days ago. So Gaia obviously talks about recreation, your creativity, to ground, to get into the earth, to not feel pressure also to create. Kitesh talks about pleasure, of course, of sensuality, of what's in your way or what's preventing you from feeling pleasure or from gaining pleasure in any area of your life. So let's see if Gaia and Kitesh are talking about sexual energy, if they're talking about just creative potential in general, if they're talking about possibly like the evolution of your sensuality or what brings you pleasure, your ever-changing self, you know, like to not be stuck's not the right word, to not allow yourself to remain the same. So feeling comfortable with growth, with maturity, with change, with what you seek as pleasure also to change. Okay. Let's figure out what they actually want to talk to you today about. The crone. Let's talk about maturity, right? Interesting, because when I was holding the card, the energy that I was receiving first was naturally the maiden mother crone, but the cycle back to the maiden. Like that's the energy or the cycle that they're showing me. And I'm curious if this is the phase that you're in now, is of feeling in this crone energy of this particular season or phase of your life where there's much wisdom and knowledge and a surety in oneself but there can feel or be a lack of newness, of freshness, of youthful energy. So I'm wondering if Gaia and Ktèsh are wanting to talk to you today about reviving this maiden energy within this crone archetype. I hope this makes sense. Because for me, it feels like there's a heavy focus on self. Almost as if like what you view will be acceptable, I don't know, for who you are, your demographic, your age, your status, what you've been accustomed to or what you used to like. Like, okay, well, what else do they want to talk to you today about? Including these. Look at that. What have I just been saying? The self, right? Heavy emphasis on the self. And the Four of Pentacles. So, same energy that I was feeling, right? This centered energy, this what's lighting you up, that brings you pleasure. Are you forcing yourself to fit into a particular archetype, environment, persona, personality, instead of allowing yourself to be free, to persevere, to be resilient? Or maybe you're holding on too strongly to that version of yourself. Because they're really showing me the stoicism in this particular character's face. It's clear focus, determination, strength. But what I'm getting is the cracks, the blood. You know, that's what they're bringing the focus to. About like persevering at the detriment of yourself sometimes. And this, it feels like an archetype, my love. It feels like something about you really wants to change or wants to explore something else, but you're fearful of judgment in some way, sorry. Interesting. Okay, my loves, let's see what's going on then. With the tarot, we're going to take 6 cards. And I'm not taking reversals for this deck today, unless I'm actually guided to, but I'm not wanting to do that with this deck today. Seven of Pentacles. Excuse me. 7 of Cups. Wow. What's going on, hey? 7 of Swords. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune. King of Cups. Three of Cups. And the 10 of Pentacles. So this deck has some alternate meaning, for some of the from the traditional tarot. So the phrase that I'm being told is there's a feeling of being blinded by shiny things, metaphorically speaking, or literally for that matter. Because the 7 of Cups here is about making the right choice or the correct choice, about seeing the spiritual choice. And that coming up to clarify with that King of Cups, it's like, it almost feels as if you feel, that you didn't make the right choice. It feels like you feel that you leaped into something naively, or again, like didn't make the right choice. It didn't feel like it was coming from a place that was an emotionally sound place from you. It was almost like the influences of others sort of shaped this idea of what you may have wanted for yourself or what was acceptable or something along those lines. Because the Ten of Pentacles talks about, being blinded by material things. The Three of Cups here is the earth, air, and fire. And the fourth, well, technically it's the Lady of Cups, is technically the fourth cup for this. And if we're coming with the King of Cups, it's almost like there was something else that was like presented to you is how I'm feeling. Like, and it may have been just an upbringing. It may have been, really does feel like it was ingrained in you or taught to you that this is what you should want, or this is how you should be. These are the goals that will give you ABC. Like, that's the energy that I'm feeling as to what's been going on for you and why Gaia and Katesh are coming up for you. Because if we're coming back to this crone energy here, of being in this, like, it feels stagnant, if I'm honest, because I know that I don't normally feel that with the crone. I usually feel like this empowered wisdom gained from experience. Like, that's generally the feeling I get. And with this, it feels like all of that is still there, but it's muted. Or it's bored in some way. Like, there's something about it, it's bored in some capacity. And I think it's because there was a need or a portion of your life that you went after something that you thought was actually what you wanted, but it's not, after a deeper dive, after really looking at what one wants for oneself. Interesting. Let's see. How do they want you to address this energy now, then? King of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. Three of Wands. They want you to take what it is that you want, what you need, what you're going after, what it is that you're actually seeking, all the wisdom that you have gained, and step into this new energy of yours. It's like they want you to take the lead and go towards what it is that you're actually seeking when it comes to creation and pleasure. It's almost as if like you're waiting for something to come in for you and they're wanting you to take the lead. Like, take action. Don't wait for permission, in other words. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Seven of Cups is on the board. Wow, I was just looking at the Seven of Cups. That's why. Apologies. And the Nine of Cups. Look at that. What a nice progression. So, like I said, some of the interpretations are different. The Eight of Cups talks about a craftsman, and creating and crafting all of these different, the elements of here. You have that Jupiter, Sagittarius, the sun, the moon, like elements aligning, crafting what it is that you want to create in this world to bring in this wish fulfillment, to stand on top of your goals, to achieve the goal, to do the work to get there. And this is really about emotionally how you will see yourself getting there. What you actually want to create. I cannot stress this enough. It's really about that heavy emotional creation within self. Yeah, you will ultimately gain exactly what you're looking for, That's how they want you to go about it. Like, just take action and go. And again, this craftsmanship, I cannot emphasize that enough for you. There is that like spirit and matter combining in one, It is what you're wanting for yourself. That creation energy. At the bottom of the deck, let's see what we got here. The Tower. Look at this. Yeah, they want, again, like, Spirit's like, just go. It's like you don't need a lightning bolt to get you moving, but maybe you do, my love, and this is your lightning bolt. Spirit is shocking you into this. So whatever discomfort that you might be feeling, again, because like I said, it feels like you feel like you made the wrong choice somehow. That you made a wrong decision somewhere, a wrong turn, or you got manipulated into believing something that really wasn't actually what you emotionally felt was right for you, or that felt sound for you. Again, bleeding dry and to holding on to something that you don't need to hold on to. No, I want to look. 9 of Wands. Yeah. I feel like they just want you to like burn down whatever it is, preconceived notions of yourself that may have been preventing you from going again back into that cycle of maiden, that youthful energy again, that newness, that freshness, those firsts, that kind of energy. Beautiful. You can see this still? Great. All right, let's see what we have over top of these messages over here. So, my lovely, they want you to just take the lead. Tap into the self. Explore this crone energy within you and figure out where this may be holding you back or stifling some of your energy. I just heard for fear of change. So first we have Mercury, again, thoughts, communication, words, animals. Gaia, talking about instincts too, about rooting, grounding. Also just achievement is also what I'm feeling. Progress. And look at this, miracles. That's what you want. Miracles, my friend. Yeah, so it's about listening and talking to yourself instinctually and being aware of the present miracles, allowing yourself to step into the timeline and the energy of this pleasure creation, ᴑᴇ Gaia energy, to create the pleasure that you're seeking, which is this craftsmanship. It's mastery of your craft, of what it is that you want to create, that brings you into that confidence, that competence, that a clear perspective, steadfast. It's awesome. All right, my beautiful collective, your closing messages. I'm going to read a small passage from the book for these closing messages. This is from the Ancient Oracles of the Celts. So, closing messages, guidance, maybe to help sum up everything else that they want to talk to you today about. First, you have the Mother. And then you have the Lad. Look at what wasn't I just saying that about the crone back to the maiden energy, right? This is exactly, the Lad's like the Fool. The Mother, obviously, it's like a queen energy or an empress type of energy. And that's exactly what this feels like, that crone back into the maiden. That's how it exactly came out. How beautiful is that? I wonder if you can see this better if I put you over here. Maybe it might be more impactful. I just put you over here. Great. That looks better. Okay. Oops, excuse me. Passage from the book for the Mother. So the Mother, it says, your long-term plan is beginning to show fruit now, so don't lose focus. Whatever the hopes in your heart, hold them steady. If you're waiting for an opening or opportunity, watch for the signs and take it quickly. I nourish all who come to my home for hospitality. How beautiful is that? And then the Lad says to you, my loves, it's time to keep your eye on the ball in this game. While few yet know your potentialities, you know that you can be a good player whom others will respect. Someone is about to offer you an opportunity, so be ready for the power to pass your way. You earn your reputation by the deeds you perform. I enjoy whatever keeps me interested, and I use my skills to its utmost. Keeps me interested. Look at this. How fitting was this, my lovely? All beautifully fitting. So again, a change of self, a change in self perspective. The focus is on the self, and it's about this particular cycle of creation and pleasure. Again, of knowing the appetites of so many things, again, through experience, but finding your energy back to that creative maiden energy. It's beautifully full circle for you, my lovelies. I hope this message was helpful and gave you the advice you were seeking or the conversation you wanted to have. I'm sending you so much love. If it did resonate in any way, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to read about it. Until next time, ciao. Welcome, my pal twos who chose the raw emerald. Let's find out which ancestor is here and what messages they want to give to you. So the ancestor that is here, or ancestors that are here from the Goddess and Sirens deck, you have, nice, Kuan Yin, compassion, and the muses, nice, inspiration. So my love, is there a situation in your life that might need some more compassion? And that is that with yourself? There's a very strong focus on creative energy, life force energy, being your own muse or finding a muse, a need to step into your creativity very strongly here, a need for dance, music, poetry, maybe for some libations, laughter. So I feel like Kuan Yin is asking you to bring some more compassion into the areas of your life where you may not have felt inspired. Maybe you need to forgive yourself or forgive somebody else. All right, this is interesting. Let's see what they want to talk to you today about. Speaking about that, the Creator. Beautiful. This card doesn't come out often. Number 22. So it's like the alchemist, the innovator. It's being comfortable in the void, knowing that inevitably something beautiful emerges out of that void. It's also a feeling of not being afraid to create, regardless of what that turns out to be. It's just a process of creating. That is where magic is born. That is where things are formed. So again, I just feel like there's a more of a pull to the creative energy within yourself, compassion for yourself, finding your own particular muse or being your own muse. But again, music, dance, art, poetry, etc., all that beautiful stuff. All right, what else do they want to talk to you about? Body and mind, 11 of air, and 1 of earth, Ace of Pentacles, kind of. So how is your mind affecting your body? How is your body affecting your mind? Broaden your perspective on how you think. So I'm feeling like let go of the rule book. There's a new opportunity here for you to re-inspire yourself if you allow yourself to sort of let go of control. That's what I want to say, of how things should be created or how it's normally done. Again, they bring me back to innovator and alchemist. Create from the void, my love. I just heard you don't need inspiration to strike. You are that inspiration. Be your own muse. They're bringing it back to that specifically for you, Paltu. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Sorry. Let's see what's been going on for you. Why is this so difficult right now? These are your guidance cards at the end. Okay, my loves, let's see what's going on for you from the Tarot of the Sevenfold Mysteries. Oh, side note. When I was pre-shuffling after I shuffled, excuse me. when I was pre-shuffling for your deck, after I was clearing the energies from deck one, from pile one, the Knight of Cups came out first and it flew and it stuck in here, showing me. So again, talk about compassion and loving energy, but creative energy too. And again, and also like forgiveness energy with that compassion. There's a strong pull to forgiveness of some kind, whether that be towards you or somebody else, towards yourself or somebody else. It's still here. So what's been going on for you? Ace of Swords. Queen of Cups. I'm not taking any reversals in this deck, sorry, for today. I forgot to tell you guys. Five of Cups. And the interpretations in this deck are slightly different for most cards. Not for all, but for most. Queen of Pentacles. You have the King of Wands and the Two of Cups. There seems to be a theme in the collective energies today when it comes to the ancestral messages. When it comes to going after what you actually desire. You know, like from an emotionally fulfilling place. It's finding that clarity, because the Five of Cups in this particular deck talks about being set free. You know, like allowing similar to the mind and body, how is the mind affecting the body? Has it kept you in a particular place where you felt stuck, unmotivated, uninspired? And there's something that's been cracked open, or you want to crack open, but it feels like you found that clarity to know that something needed to be set free, for you to let your freak flag fly. Let your creativity soar from an emotionally based place now. And I feel like that particular knowing has brought you some more stability, or will be bringing you more. It feels like has brought you more mental stability in, again, going after what exactly that you want. To merge with that energy, to cultivate it, to nurture it, to grow it. That opportunity for yourself to step into, again, what truly inspires you. Because this King of Wands in particular, especially how he's looking at that Queen of Pentacles, it's like this stability of that clarity that you found is lighting the inspiration for you to set free, to find the thing that you can merge with, you know, that will bring you satisfaction, the choice to be together with whatever this muse energy is for you, creative, in any creative capacity of your life. And every area of your life can be creative. It just depends on your perspective. So beautiful. Okay, this is good. This is good. So how do they want you to continue, I suppose, for you guys, going about fulfilling the desires that you seek? Seven of Cups. I heard don't get tricked. Five of Swords. And the Four of Pentacles. So my love, yeah, I'm feeling in particular the Seven of Cups is confusion, choices, but trickery, making the right choice, spiritually also making the right choice. The Five of Swords in this deck talks about refining and refurbishing things that we already own, like worn out things, making them new. It's the ultimate thrifter. You know, that's the Five of Swords in this deck. It's like you got a chip or a nick. I can heat that up, hammer that out, and smooth that out. I know how to, again, creating things that people throw away, discard, see the creator energy, that innovator, that alchemist, you know, and then that begins for you to plant these particular seeds rooted and grounded for the stability. So it feels almost like this is sort of the practicality of what needs to continue based on the energy that you're already in, or what I'm feeling that you're already in. Don't get tricked by, again, the newness possibly of certain things. It's allowing yourself to create from the void, and creating maybe from what you've already had is revamping something. It's replanting something. That's I'm getting a lot of the re's. I just heard, but don't bury it too deeply. This is interesting. This is so interesting. They're saying it to me. Again, this might be incorrect when it comes to actual gardening, but how they're showing this to me is like, don't don't plant it too deeply, because the roots are going to grow very large and they need space to grow. So if you plant it too close or too far down, it's going to be stunted. This is a very interesting metaphor, but that's how they're showing it to me. Leave space for it. Don't plant it too deep. It's just for you to get that foundation so that you can, for example, they're showing me the Four of Pentacles as in your foundation here. And they said that when you dig it back up again, because we're starting from somewhere, right? When you dig it back up again, that circumference area might be 8 pentacles now as opposed to the 4. I hope that metaphor makes sense. Cool. Then you have the Queen of Swords. Beautiful. I like all of this, like, all of the elements you have here. The Queen of Cups, the King of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. Especially when it comes to the court cards, right? And then you have the Five of Pentacles. This is why they brought up the don't dig it too deep. Because this is the miserly card. It's the beggar card in this deck. It's the lack card, the feeling of lack. That's why they're saying don't get tricked. Stay true to the belief and that thought and that clarity, that inspiration, that knowing of that creative energy. You don't need to beg for anything, because you have everything that you need to create something new for yourself. Truth for yourself. It's like a justice for yourself. This is interesting. It's almost like a reclaiming of your creative energy. Again, there's a lot of re's for you, my loves. A lot of re's. And again, they said a new opportunity. They keep bringing me back to how's your mind affecting your body and how's your body affecting your mind. The actions inspires. And the thoughts inspire actions. Vice versa. Wow, underneath your deck you have the Eight of Wands. Beautiful. The Eight of Wands in this deck references, it actually talks about cutting down or controlling something, simplifying the focus. You know, it's, again, specifying, it's just like a speciality or specifying what it is. Clarity is still the same thing for me. So, my love, that's how they want you to go about this particular revamping of your inspiration, the muse within, and or the inspiration that you may find in your everyday existence. This is really lovely. Okay. Oops. Looked at that too soon. So your first one is trees. Talk about grounding and rooting. And we just talked about a whole bunch of roots right here, right? So rooting in this compassionate, inspirational energy that you have, this idea, rooting in the idea of going after that emotional excitement, you know? Blades, talk about the cutting away, right? Cutting away, refining, clearing the focus. We have a lot about clarity here, though, but cutting away the bullshit for you to create a better nurtured soil, a better nutritious soil. Wow. And then you have intuition. Beautiful. Yeah, follow it. Follow it, my love. Follow whatever it is that's leading you. Follow whatever this inspiration is, this intuition. Follow that opportunity. Follow that calling in the soul. Let your soul be set free and tap into those universal creative energies. Amazing. This is beautiful, Peltu. So Kuan Yin and the Muses want you to find that inspiration to start creating, if you haven't, even if you don't feel inspired, just to start putting things together, putting old pieces of clothing or trinkets or painting something. Like, they just want you to be creative. Write poetry, read poetry, beautiful theater, whatever that is for you. Okay, your closing guidance. You have the Fosterer. This is interesting. They're saying, like, muster up your own power. That's what I heard. I'm going to read from the book for these last two messages, by the way. And then the Protector. Yeah. This feels very fitting, but let's read it. Sorry, they just said, foster your own creativity while you are protecting your vision. And that's why I think they said, when I got the message, I was looking at the Four of Pentacles about not rooting it too deeply, because you are going to replant it again and make it even larger, stronger, more expansive. And I think the Protector energy is protecting the creativity that is within you. Like, whatever had previously either made you feel lack of inspiration or not feeling inspired in any way is what they're now, whatever it is that you've come out of, like I said, I feel like you found that clarity. Protect that is what they're telling me. Okay. The Fosterer says, you are being asked to foster something that was first developed by someone else. Talk about revamping, right? A lot of the re's. Take pride in how you bring it on. If you want to learn the skills, apply to the experts. There is a formidable agenda attached to what you've taken on, but you can get there. Your wisdom. I impart the teachings to all who will learn from me. I love that. Again, we've already talked about this, an opportunity, something to revamp, something that you can do better in some way. The Protector says, keeping the way for those who cannot speak or act for themselves is something for which you may not be thanked or recognized. By using your skill or gifts, you can make a safe place or way for others. If you are protecting the concerns of an employer, ensure that you have your own safeguards. Your wisdom. I protect the boundaries, keeping harm far away from my clan. This is it, my love. Again, the same energy that we were talking about, fostering your own creativity and protecting this initial idea, my love. That's what they want you to do. Or not initial idea, but this idea that you've come to, or this realization or conclusion or understanding that you've come to. Yeah, that Nine of Pentacles after. So it's all here for you to get what you're desiring. Follow that intuition, root it. They're with you the whole way, my lovelies. I am sending you so much love. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if these messages resonated at all. Until next time, ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pal threes who chose the aquamarine ring. Let's find out what the ancestors want to tell you and which ancestor is here with you out of the Goddesses and Sirens decks. You have ᴂᴚ, purpose, and Sekhmet, reduction. So ᴂᴚ talks about taking action. It's not a time to hesitate. And the main thing I feel that she wants to say to you is balance the extremes of your emotions. Because Sekhmet, when it comes to reduction, it also says that you will be heard once you express your emotions in a healthy, balanced way. It's letting go of the things that, or letting the things that you no longer need be destroyed. Let them fall, let them crumble. The main thing is that you will be heard if you communicate properly, healthy, and balanced. It's about a balancing of your emotions, my love, or what you feel inside somehow. Again, emotions. Okay, Possibly. Anyways, let's see what they want to talk to you today about. The vessel. I first heard, how are you nurturing yourself? What are you taking in? What are you holding on to? What needs to be released? What needs to be shown and exposed? What is the purpose? I'm hearing, how do you want to feel? I just heard, power and beauty are not separate things. Wow. Okay, let's see what else they want to talk about. The Seven of Fire. And desire. Seven of Fire talks about intuition, heeding your intuition, paying attention, being the observer, looking for signs, feeling things through. And desires are, what are your desires? Have you grounded your desires in reality? What exactly are you seeking? The purpose, what is the purpose? It's almost like cutting out the things that are not necessary for what it is that you're actually seeking within yourself. And you will find those answers when you tap into that intuition, into your deeper knowing, into the void of self, and look at it from an eagle's eyes perspective. What is unnecessary, superfluous? Interesting. All right. So it looks like that's what their main message is so far to you. It's about the purpose, letting go of certain things, balancing out your emotions, communicating them properly with yourself and others, being aware, being the observer, and grounding your desires into reality. We're using the Tarot of the Sevenfold Mysteries. No reversals for today's reading in this particular deck. I didn't feel like doing that today. The interpretations of this deck are a little bit different than the traditional tarot, FYI. Ooh, that was fast. We have the Hierophant. So we're finding out what's been going on for you. Nine. Is that right? Yep, 9 of Wands. Strength. So what I just heard was going into the fire, and I feel that this is what Spirit's asking you to do. It's confidently step into this fire to find your strength. Trial by fire, emerge renewed, rising of the phoenix type of energy, a burning away to be reborn. It's almost ritualistic or sacrificial in some degree, but sacrificial for a bigger gain. Then you have the Empress, Oh man, didn't I just talk about that Phoenix rising, right? Totally different, but this gold energy, it's like this is what you emerge back out as. From this beautiful black hawk, you burn, purge, sacrifice, whatever this is, that you come out here with this golden energy, you know? Loyal to self. Ooh, I love that. I just heard surrender to the experience. You have Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. It's beautiful. I feel that what's going on for you, or what you're in the process of actually, is, as I said in the beginning, like there's a sacrifice, there's an emergence, there is a conscious sacrifice, a deliberate sacrifice to go through this trial by fire, so to speak, to come out stronger, to find the clearer purpose, to be disciplined in what it is that you, I suppose, want to say, how to express what you want to feel, tempering of that energy that brings you into a mastery of your feminine archetype is what I feel, that grounds in this change for you, this evolution of sorts that allows you to refine who you are. That's what this is. It allows you to refine who you are. That vessel within self, the purpose of self, what no longer needs to be around, what inspires you, what makes you excited, motivated, joyful. That's amazing. So for you, my loves, I want to say, how do they want you to carry on within this energy? Like, that's what I feel. Because it feels for me that you might possibly be in this Hierophant stage, where you're just about to approach this sacrifice, or this deliberate sacrifice for some to come out emerged. Some of you guys have already been through this, and you're on the strength portion of what I'm reading here. So it's, again, finding that strength, regardless of where you are in that process. That's where majority of you feel anyway. Of course, you know better. It's your life. But I feel like, how do they continue as you're refining this energy within yourself? How do you not allow yourself to falter, or to go back to the possibly an explosive exchange of energies when they're asking you to temper that within yourself or whatever? Five of Wands, Six of Wands. That's fitting. That doesn't happen often, especially in this deck. Oop. Saved it. And Temperance, like we've been saying, right? Yeah, like we've been saying. So the Five of Wands in this deck talks about a creative spark, about doing something with your own hand and creating that. That Six of Wands, again, victory, joyous, standing in the glory of what you've created from that Five of Wands here. Then now, learning how to temper. So again, it really does strongly feel like a balancing out of your feminine energy within yourself. And I think when I said beauty and strength are not opposite to each other, I feel like that's what they're saying. Like, the femininity doesn't get lost because of your strength, and however that is portrayed, or however you view that, there's something about that energy that not that there's anything bad or not. I'm just saying that there's a feeling of, I'm not wanting to be too dominant or too strong and lose some of the feminine essence of whatever this entails. And I think that illusion within the blurred lines of what is viewed as masculine and feminine is a construct that you have to address. But what they're talking about in particular is that it's not opposite to one. Strength and femininity are not opposite. And that's, I know that you probably know this, don't get me wrong, but there's a feeling of not believing it in some way because the actions don't match up with it, or else you wouldn't maybe possibly have these thoughts that are coming up for you now. Finding that warrior within. You have the High Priestess. And the Lovers. Yeah, man. That's what I'm telling you, my love. Like, you will get exactly what it is. It's like it's almost like this balancing out. You had to go through this like purge, or this merge, or this rebirth energy for you to find that balance within your own appetites. That makes you aware more knowledgeably of yourself. that brings you into better harmony with self and with other, that finds the right combination or connection for you, that you do not have to feel like you have to be one or the other, so to speak. You know what I mean? That you can allow yourself to be full embodiment of masculine and feminine energy in all aspects of your life. That's what this feels like. The vessel that is inside, the vessel that you are, is boundless, is endlessly potential based. Wow, underneath your deck is a Two of Swords. Debate, wisdom gained through conversation and intellectual banter. The two sides of a sword. Two perspectives. It's like merging both ideas. It's a sense of merging the duality within you. And I think that may have more to do with the way that you think about yourself, as opposed to, or possibly the way you have been viewed or been labeled or categorized or boxed in somehow. There's something about that energy. So my lovely, they're asking you to find that purpose, just to balance your emotional expression, to be really clear about what it is that you desire, to listen to your intuition, to nurture the vessel and the one that is speaking to you. Beautiful. Okay, let's get some extra messages here. I just want to see what's underneath here. Yeah, then you have the moon. Yeah, that emotional, again, that feminine energy. I can't stress it enough. All right, we got dreams. Again, feminine moon energy, but this is a dream, again, a dream of yours, a sort of goal of yours, a particular soul purpose of yours. I'm feeling a very Neptunian type of energy right now. There you go, water. Speaking of, obviously water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Again, Neptunian energy is what I was feeling before, but again, water, dreams, emotions, things you're wanting to bring up to the surface, things that haven't been brought up, maybe things you haven't even spoken about or that you've only dreamt about, but it's very deeply emotionally connected to you and the wants that you want and the wants of your desires. And then mirrors. Yeah, so there might be an energy of the perception of others that has prevented you from feeling, safe enough to go about it in the way that Spirit's asking you to go about it now. There's a reflection energy, obviously, that they want you to have, to figure out what that actual purpose is, to look at yourself when you are being emotionally triggered in any instance. It's about this observer and awareness of self. The intuition, the knowledge that you already know that's within, and the strength that is already within you. So reduce everything else that does not aid in the... Sorry for that. Aid in the path in the direction that you want to go. Okay, my beautifuls, let's close off your messages with the ancient oracles of the Celts, if I'm not mistaken. The ancestral oracle of the Celts. First one out we have is the tracker. Again, talking about lighting the way, being clearly going after, like focus. It's knowing and seeing if you can see the light on that deer or animal. You know, light shining on, clear path for them to track and hunt whatever it is that you are seeking, the purpose. And then you have the initiator to go after it. Like you said, no hesitation, like Pele said. I'm going to read from the book for your final guidance, just so you know. So the tracker says, you have already seen the tracks, but maybe not recognized them consciously. Scrutinize the evidence and watch the signs. A great change is coming, but what you long for has to be sought out. Be ready. Blend into the background as you wait. Seek assistance from those who support you or draw upon their special skills. Your wisdom, I follow the unnoticed signs in order to find my query. That's it. That's what you're trying to do. Maybe it's following the dream signs, following the patterns and recognizing where certain triggers come up or where certain patterns emerge from you. And maybe then you'll find a clear understanding of what might need to be reduced or removed from your life. The initiator. Only you can welcome the next phases. Whatever seemed dormant begins to move rapidly now. Whatever the outcome, be sure it will involve change. A move of place, job, or condition of life is being heralded. Being a part of things is better than standing aside. Your wisdom. I find the openings and bring the changes so that potentialities can grow. Potentialities can grow. You are the initiator. Do not hesitate. My beautiful collective of pile 3. These are your messages from your ancestors, or from the ancestors, I should say. I am sending you so much love. Keep watering your lives. Please let me know if this resonated. I'd love to read about it. Until next time, ciao.